Good morning, everybody. I am Sunil Kumar, Assistant Professor in Nala Narasimha Educational Society of Group of Institution, Department of Mechanical Engineering. And today's topic is Engineering Mechanics. So, as a continuation of the lecture 2, today we'll discuss the mechanics laws, that is triangle law of forces. It states that two forces are acting at a point are represented by two sides of a triangle taken in order, then the resultant of force is represented by third side taken as an opposite side. So that is known as a triangle law. Triangle law states that two representative sides, P and Q is taken in order, then the resultant will be the represented as an opposite side of order. So this will be the opposite side of the order represented as a order, that is represented as a R taken as a opposite side. So this is nothing but a triangle law. Triangle law. Now we will go for next law, that is principle of transferability. According to the last state of rest of uniform motion, the rigid body under the force acting replaced by another force, the same magnitude and direction, but anywhere the body along line of action of force replaced. That is nothing but principle of transferability. Principle of transferability states that if any body can replaced by the force, it has both same magnitude and direction. That is nothing but principle of transferability. Then, if we see the principle of transferability, the condition of equilibrium or motion are not affected in transporting along the force of line of action. Then we go for the Lami's theorem. Lami's theorem states that when three forces acting on a point are in equilibrium, then each force is proportional to the sine of the angle between two other forces. With the statement of Lami's theorem. Three forces acting at a point are in equilibrium when each of the force proportional to sine between two other forces is known as a Lami's theorem. By seeing the diagram, there are three forces are acting at a point, and the sum of the each proportionality with the angle is sine between other two forces. By based on this diagram, considering three forces A and B on a particle and it making an angle alpha and beta and gamma. Now let us the equation consider the force A and force B and force C are acting at a point. As a statement of the Lami's theorem says that the equilibrium of each force's proportionality to sine of the angle between other two forces. Then the angle made by the force vector as a triangle drawn. Now let's see the triangle drawn between the forces. FA and FC are the forces acting at a point as the statement of the theorem. Then we take sum of all the forces as a given point as 0. Then FA plus FB plus FC equals 0. Then from the vector equation, sine alpha, A by sine alpha equal to B by sine alpha equal to C by sine alpha. This is known as a Lami's theorem. Sum of the opposite side of the angle between the sine as a given statement. Once again, I repeat the Lami's theorem statement that when three forces acting at a point are in the equilibrium, when then each of the force proportionality sine of the angle between other two forces. The sine of the other two angle forces will be the Lami's theorem. So therefore, the above condition statement A by sine alpha equal to B by sine beta equal to C by sine gamma equal to Lami's theorem. Then we will go for the next topic, that is force. Force is a push or pull. Object is a rest or need to force to get moving in object as a need a chance to be velocity. Force is nothing but a push or pull. By seeing the diagram, when the object is a rest, a need to force get moving object need to rest to change its velocity. Then Force system. Force system. Force system. Definition of the force can be given several ways. Definition of the force can be given in several ways. Most simply, it can be defined as the cause of change of state of motion particle body. So the force is nothing but it can be seen several ways as we see push or pull. When the body rests or in motion, the particle of the can be changed. Again, the characteristics of a forces. Force has a basic characteristics: magnitude, direction, point of application, line of action. So force can be as a characteristics: magnitude and direction and point of application, line of action. So these are the important characteristics of a force. Then system of forces. System of forces are divided into two categories: 2D coplanar, 3D coplanar. In 2D coplanar, concurrent and non-concurrent. That non-concurrent is also subdivided into parallel and general. Again, in coplanar, non-coplanar 3D system, concurrent and non-concurrent. Non-concurrent is classified into parallel and general. The system of forces are divided into two categories: 2D coplanar and non-coplanar 3D. So base subordinates: concurrent and non-concurrent, concurrent and non-concurrent, parallel and general, parallel and general, for the both two-dimensional coplanar and three-dimensional coplanar. Now, based on the above classification of the force system, collinear force system, when a line of action of all the forces system act along the same line, this is called collinear system. Means the line of forces action in a same of a line in a same system is known as a collinear force system. Coplanar force system, when the lines of action of force set in a single plane is called coplanar system. Non-coplanar force system, when the line of action of all these forces do not lie in one plane is called non-coplanar force system. Coplanar and non-coplanar force system in which the force of single plane meet at a point. This is nothing but coplanar and concurrent forces. Concurrent forces and non-concurrent forces. Concurrent forces extended past the single point. The point is called point of concurrency. Then a line of action of the force meet at a point of concurrency. In non-concurrent force of system, when all the force of system do not meet at a common point of concurrency, this type of a system is called non-concurrent force system. Then as we know the statement of coplanar system of 2D, that is collinear and concurrent at a point, parallel, general. Then similarly for non-coplanar system of 3D system, concurrent point, parallel, general. If you see observed in the diagrams of 2D coplanar and 3D coplanar, as the condition of collinear and consideration of the concurrent at a point and parallel and general of the forces. Now, resolution of composition of a forces. So resolution of a force is a reverse process in which single force can be expressed in terms of component. These components are sometimes referred to resolved into parts of force. So this is x-axis, y-axis with the reference of force of x and y. Then Ox is equal to f of x cos theta, Oy equal to f of y sin theta. Example, based on this resolution of forces, two component x and y. X equal to the 15 cos 42 degrees, that is cos of 15 42 degrees is minus 11.1 Newton. In the y-axis, 15 in sine 42, 10 Newton. So based on the resolution of f of x as a considered Ox as a f of cos theta in x-axis, Oy f of in sine theta. So based on these examples, we can be classified depending in the resolution. Then resolution of the component forces as a convention signs. As I said, f of x equal to f cos theta and fy equal to sin theta, depending on the coordinates of the plane. Assuming the force of a point in a right to top of a positive, otherwise negative. Based on this condition, we can resolve the component f of x cos theta, f of y sin theta in positive and negative direction. So this is the about the classification of resolution of forces and 2D and 3D forces. Thank you. The next class will be continuation.